Okay, hello, hello. Sorry that it took a little while for me to get ready. Just trying to find, like, animal news today. It's pretty bare on that front, I feel like that, or I just haven't been keeping up with stuff. Um, so if, I don't have enough to talk about, I might just end up playing a video game instead. Like, I was really searching for, like, I mean, we're at the bottom of the barrel here. Um, But there is some stuff to go over. I don't know why the hell I put myself over here. Let's go over here. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. Not that it fucking matters, because I can do this in a second. Alright. I just make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, I guess it doesn't fucking matter. So usually, I always start off with this fucking vet words thing, so let's see. I'm probably not gonna get it. But let's see. I like how they're like, oh, skip the hints. Like, motherfucker, how am I supposed to guess? It could be any word. Let's see. I know how to play the game. I want the clue. General surgery. It's always fucking general surgery. Remove, surgically speaking. Wait a second. I know this. It's just really fucking early in the morning for me. One, two, three, four, five, six. Fuck me, I know this too. How do I? Oh, right. I gotta click on these. I keep thinking excavate. That is not even a medical term, but it's just fucking in my head. I also didn't get a whole lot of sleep. And then I had to wake up really early to let the dog out. So that didn't help at all. Why do I keep thinking excavate? It's not even the right amount of words. Alright, we'll think about it. I fucking know it too. I'm hoping that, like, because I use it, like, almost daily. Anyways, is there anything actually here? Is this... By the way, my internet has been so insanely slow, and I'm not sure why. I feel like I'm getting throttled for whatever reason. Alright, so our first thing we're gonna go over today, it's not gonna be the happiest news day, but we're leaving on a good note. ICE investigation leads to guilty plea in a monkey sexual torture case? Yeah, fuck. Francisco Javier Ravioli. It's a U.S. citizen from Gables, Florida. Distributing videos showing adult and baby monkeys being sexually tortured. What the fuck? I know there's like a lot of people that like watch. Oh my god, is that a video of it? Why they put that on fucking Twitter? Oh no, it's a picture. Okay, never mind. I was about to freak the fuck out. It's like, why is this fucking Elon Musk has really let this place go to shit? Anyway, I know there's a lot of people that like really like watching like monkeys getting fucked up. There's a whole like YouTube channels on it and shit. I don't understand why people hate monkeys so much. Let's see. Oh yeah. And so he administered online chat groups dedicated just to torturing monkeys. And it was in violation of the federal animal crushing statute. So once upon a time, this animal like crushing fetish, like it's an actual fetish. Literally, it is what it's the fucking name. It's not like code word for anything. But I feel like it popped up like really strong around like the early like to mid 2000s. And basically it was getting pushed around the internet a lot. And I believe it was the Obama administration that actually really like stepped down hard on it. Well, that wasn't the best way to say that. They really cracked down on it. And I think that they actually made that federal animal crushing statute was the Obama administration's Obama was the Obama administration. Oh my God, Obama isn't even a hard word to say. So yeah, and I think that really helped, like, because that shit, I remember reading about that shit, like, on a almost daily basis, was, like, another person being found doing this shit and spreading it and stuff. So, at least they are actually taking that very seriously. Let's see. Oh my God. His neck is actually perfect for that too, though. Let's see what do they have any more information on this? I don't like need information on like what he did. I just want more information on like what we're doing about it. He distributed more than 40 animal crushing videos to other people. So is that 40 different ones or 40 of like the same ones? But he didn't count on being able to track him down. Yeah, that's the thing. If you do anything on the internet, that's probably like the least fucking... Like anything you do on the internet is going to be tracked. I feel like people think that they can do things on the internet anonymously. But honest to God, it's better to... If you want to remain anonymous, it's better to do shit in person. I mean, everything you do on the internet can probably be tracked back to you, no matter how careful you try to be. Whether you're behind fucking 7 proxies or whatever. Let's see. Fish and wildlife. Fish and wildlife actually investigate. I mean, I guess it is involving fucking monkeys. I'm just kind of surprised that they would be in something like this. But I'm more curious as to how long he's going to be in jail for. I don't think they mentioned anything like that. I'm not going to scroll down on those comments. It's probably just going to get worse. So, because he already pleaded guilty, so I wonder if he got some sort of deal out of it, though. That is also such a weird cage to put I don't think I've ever seen a red kennel. I know that's like a weird thing to focus on, but I've only ever seen like black kennels before. I've never seen a red one. And it's weird that he has just like this one light bulb in there. Anyway. Oh yeah, so I've been seeing a shit ton about this. And I was trying to get some more information about this. So, a rescue group or whatever, animal, I don't know what they're calling themselves. But they went to this research facility and they broke out a bunch of dogs there. I think like a little bit over 20. But I think they're all like being charged or some shit. Let's see. Yeah, this is them. This is like a montage of him breaking through shit. What has he got the clipboard for? What's he got the book for? What is that file folder for? Why do you need the file folder? Wait, what is the point? You're breaking into a facility. Like, I don't know. I feel like the less shit you have on you, the better. Oh God, that's loud. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Let's see, what is this shit? It's so hard to like I know they're doing their best trying to record. I like how they have, what is it, handwritten numbers? It looks very like kitschy. Rescue her now! Bro, let her like, I mean, you're all gonna get arrested. Just like let her take her fucking time. Fuck me. Why are you yelling? Well, somebody's in trouble. Oh, they're probably yelling because they can't fucking hear each other. That's right, because I have this. This is how loud it would be if it was all the way up. Imagine that 8 hours a day. That everybody, you only... There's a bunch more dogs in there again. Yeah, don't care, don't care. Don't care. I think we're probably reaching the end of what we're gonna see here. Oh, bro, did you immediately come in and then just want to duel me? Bruh. Oh. Bye. Oh man, are you gonna let that go though? Let's see, I think we have boop, boop, doo, 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 right here.
Blue Mounds. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says officers saw more than 50 people break into a beagle breeding facility on Sunday morning.
And roughly 20 were arrested. The Sheriff's Office and the District Attorney confirming court dates for them, but for now they are out of custody, and our Tanisha Shaw spoke with some of them minutes after they were released. Tanisha?
Yes, Eric and Susan, animal rights activists from all around the country are calling this a victory. The suspects told me that they are not breaking the law and justice will be served, not only for those arrested, but also for dogs.
Literally just out of jail,
That's
so
the
after 3 days.
right
We're all gathering here, celebrating, and
I saw
ready for
her
next
too.
steps to save the dogs.
Moments after being arrested, their smiles and celebrations are accompanied with a message.
It is a tragedy that we were all in jail, but we all feel good. We feel good because
It's a tragedy.
we know that
You'd
the
have to
public
expect that you
supports
broke
animals.
and entered
the
a
public
place.
does not want to see animals be hurt.
They're surgically mutilating dogs without anesthesia. They're confining dogs in
I
2
need proof of
2
that.
foot by 4 foot cages for life, driving them to psychosis.
On Sunday, people from this group broke into Ridgeland Farms and took
Yo,
dogs with.
He broke the ventilation fan. I mean, like, I know that the dogs and you went in there to help the dogs and shit, but that ventilation fan is going to help those dogs not die. Like the ones that you didn't take. Holy shit. That's like actually really bad. Bye, sadist. Have a good night's sleep. Takes a monster.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office says dozens of people broke into the facility in Blue Mounds. Authorities recovered some of the dogs, but several are still unaccounted for. These activists say they were rescuing animals and weren't doing anything illegal. Do you think what you're doing is against the law?
Of course they never
No,
think
I
what they're
don't.
doing is
There
illegal.
under Wisconsin law, a right to rescue animals who are suffering from criminal abuse. And we have enormous legal firepower behind this.
You can see the entire situation was documented by...
It's different when the place that you are rescuing the abused animals from has an immense amount of money and power. They're going to find that out.
Sunday morning, they told me justice for beagles is worth going to jail for.
Many of these animals, I estimate 20%, were being driven psychotic by that.
I estimate 20%. I take this number straight out of my ass. Like, I get what they're doing, but like no, I totally get it. But I don't like how kind of underhanded they are with the numbers and the statistics and shit like that. And the information.
In 2025, Ridgeland agreed to close the breeding facility and sell some of his dogs by July 1st, 2026. This was a part of an agreement to avoid charges connected to animal cruelty. The beagles
See, Ridgeland, I guess Ridgeland is just the breeding company. So they're, everyone always asks why it's always beagles in laboratories. It's because we literally breed a line of beagle for testing. And this line of beagles are basically, they're more tolerant of bullshit. And that is why we are always seemingly using beagles for animal testing, because that's just, we've already got the line for it, the pedigree that is going to be more like capable of handling us kind of fucking with them a lot. So this is just one of those, I guess, companies just breeding the beagles. They're not actually doing any, I don't think they're doing any testing here. It sounds like it's just a breeding facility. But they are able to just, what did they say? They're going to stop or just get rid of some of their dogs?
July 1st, 2026. This was a part of an agreement. Ridgeland agreed to close the breeding facility.
They're agreeing to close a single breeding facility. They said a breeding facility, which implies that there's more. And by closing that one breeding facility, they are negating all animal abuse charges. All of them. So that kind of tells you what kind of sway they have.
Some of his dogs by July 1st, 2026. This was a...
And he also has had a fucking year and a half to do it too.
Part of an agreement to avoid charges connected to animal cruelty. The beagles seen on Sunday were allowed to stay at the facility for research purposes.
So they're still able to keep some of the beagles too.
It's time for the most powerful people in the state of Wisconsin and Dane County to start listening to the people and enforcing the law to protect the dogs.
On Tuesday, several minutes after being arrested, the activists marched to the Dane County Courthouse with a message to the district attorney.
The district attorney is protecting them. And as far as I'm concerned, they are part of the criminal gang at this point.
A spokesperson from Ridgeland Farms responded to me via email in an email saying in part, quote, "We certainly hope the justice system will take the situation very seriously because the serious and extreme actions at Ridgeland Farms were billed by activists as the first of many actions targeting farms and research facilities."
They didn't finish it. Yeah, so what's going to happen is those people are going to get fucked, and Ridgeland Farms is probably not going to see any issues beyond what beyond having to stop a single breeding facility and sell some dogs.
The activists told me that they are still open to talks with Ridgeland, and this was their last resort
sadist.
after
I thought you went to
years of back and
bed.
forth with the breeding facility.
Tanasia.
Bye again. You gotta respect that grind, though.
Animal rights activists storming a controversial dog breeding facility just outside Madison this morning. The Dane County Sheriff says half of the activists were either detained or arrested.
Some could face criminal charges now, but Fox 6 investigator Brian Paulson just says these self-described rescuers got away with 23 beagles.
Mostly green tea.
Animal lovers from across the country came to Madison this weekend to prepare for what they call an open rescue.
you got to admit, though, whatever happens to those beagles is going to be better than what's going to happen to them in there. Even if they're fucking euthanized.
But on Sunday,
sometimes unexpected things occur.
They learned their planned dress rehearsal was really
so
Act 1.
Rescue teams have just arrived on site at Ridgeland Farms, and we need to go there immediately.
As a trained support squad headed to the commercial dog breeding facility in Blue Mounds, we followed. We weren't the only ones.
Open rescue, in quotes.
Shortly after 8 a.m. Sunday, a team of activists led by attorney Wayne Shum penetrated the perimeter of Ridgeland Farms,
can open
then
that door
tried to
easier
force
than
their
that.
way inside the breeding barns.
Oh,
After
come the
failing to
fuck
breach multiple doors, they punched their way in through a window, grabbing dozens of beagles from their cages and attempting to carry them to freedom.
I don't even know what's happening.
The chaotic scene left one transport van disabled, and Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett says
That poor dog's blood's on your hands.
they were able to stop 2 others.
Based off of our information at this point, all of those dogs were recovered.
I'm sorry, but when has the police ever given this much of a fuck about someone stealing animals ever? Like, fucking ever. I remember when I was growing up, one of the farms near us had a blue ribbon winning dairy cow. And it was a cow, too, meaning that she could, like, produce little baby blue ribbon cows. And that fucker got stolen. That cat... First off, cows are worth a lot, especially if it's a decent producing milking cow. And also, like, back then, I know now milking cows, like, aren't worth as much. But back then, everything was about, fucking eating cereal and shit. This cow being a blue ribbon winner and a, like, really good producer, it was worth a lot of fucking money. The police did not even give a fuck. They did not even attempt to look. Like, there were tire treads and shit in the mud, and they were like, oh, yep, somebody stole your cow. What do you mean, like, look at the tire treads? Like, we can't do anything with that. Like, they didn't give a fuck. And that cow was probably, I mean, if a beef cow is worth, what, almost $2,000 a head, for like maybe 1,500 a head, that dairy cow was probably worth at least, $10,000 at least. But anyway, that just pisses me off. I just remember, and that fucking farmer loved that cow too. Like, it's just such a shame. And the people who took the cow, they knew the cow. Like, that cow was like a fucking well, maybe like a local celebrity. Everyone knew that fucking cow.
But activists tell Fox 6 they still got 23 Ridgeland Beagles to an undisclosed rescue house. Ridgeland Farm spokesman Jim Newman says that matches the number they count missing.
I would hope that most Wisconsin residents would see something like this and be turned off by the idea of breaking in using sledgehammers, using saws.
Newman says the activists did substantial damage and committed
that
serious...
guy is such a fucking... I'm trying to think of a word I can say on Twitch. I'm almost gone bye-bye forever. I swung backward, hit my head on the corner of a table, and a metal water container that was on the table fell onto my face. Oof. Holy, how the fuck that happened? And how did you manage that? Maybe you should, like, go to a doctor for your fucking soon-to-be cracked skull. Hey, that sounds rough.
Crimes.
That's a good. Oh. I'm never gonna bye-bye again. You don't like doctors? I'm not a big fan of doctors either. They scare me. I really don't like needles. Even though I, like, poke animals with needles all the time, I will, like, pass out if, I freak the fuck out if somebody brings a needle out for me. At least for me. If it's for someone else, I don't give a shit, but... I hate hospital. I don't think anyone well, no. I'm sure there are people who like the hospital. They're called hypochondriacs.
Actually doors where there's pry bars still in the doors.
You guys can open that door
first
better
name
than
of
that.
Bridget
Come on.
came all the way from Maryland.
Have you ever been arrested before?
No.
And says she carried 2 of the dogs out.
How anybody could treat dogs, man's best friend, the way that...
So this is interesting, though, the way they have this set up. It looks like if you ever seen the Corunda beds, or it's a raised bed, right? These are basically like raised beds, but the raised beds also have like holes in them, so it looks like a sort of like elasticy kind of fabric with holes in them, so that it looks like there's a bunch of soil under here, so when they pee and poop, it all goes under here and they can just clean that up, which is very interesting. Okay, so what's today's news? Dog factory? Shouldn't you like be calling an ambulance or something? Or dog sperm or dog milk factory? It sort of, kind of, actually. It is a dog breeding facility, but it's a breeding facility for research. So basically, you know when you see like stuff about research using dogs as a test subject and it's always beagles? That's because we've like, as a species, we have bred a specific, kind of like a specific breed of beagle that is much more tolerant of being like manhandled and shit. So this is a bunch of people breaking into a breeding facility to steal some dogs. And I'm basically expecting that all of the people who stole dogs are going to get some sort of punishment, and the breeding facility, I don't think is going to... They're probably going to get fucking paid out for this. I'm curious, though, because I keep seeing people say that they're using the dogs for fucking vivisection without anesthesia, which I don't even know is... Well, actually, I do know how that's possible. You can use ketamine. But I'm curious as to what experiments these dogs are being used in. Why no right? What do you mean? You're gonna use a great ball on a Chansey? Bro. What are you, like, the money bags of Pokeballs here?
They are treating these dogs is beyond comprehension for me.
Leaders of the operation say it was a success, but also say their work is not done.
There are still almost 2,000 dogs on site here, and each one of those dogs' lives matter.
Brian Polson, Fox 6 Investigators.
I said that before, I'm real. Diddy in chat? What?
Brian, thank you. And according to a settlement last fall, Ridgeland Farms has until July 1st to shut down its breeding operation to avoid facing animal cruelty charges.
Meanwhile, the Dane County Sheriff says he's holding a news conference tomorrow morning at 10 with an update on the roughly 25 to 30 activists who were detained or arrested today. And we have a full shelf dedicated to stories from our investigative team on the Fox Local mobile app. There you can find exclusive content and extended coverage on Ridgeland Farms.
Oh, wait, is that
you can understand this ongoing story a little bit better.
Here, I'll tell you. It is just exclamation point 8-ball, but without the space. All right, so let's see a little bit more about the people who broke in. This is actual footage of the arrest. I'm excited to see this. Hey, come on, go, go, go. Was this? Is this not a? There we go. Oh God, it's loud. Holy shit!
Tonight, several animal activists are in the Dane County Jail after breaking into Ridgeland Farms in what they call an effort to rescue dozens of dogs bred for biomedical research. Wayne Xiong is an animal activist who was previously arrested and charged back in 2017 for a similar operation at the farm. He documented his latest operation on his Facebook, where you can see several people carrying the dogs out of the facility.
Damn, they fucked that door up and they still couldn't open it. Y'all need to learn how to open fucking doors. Hot damn. Or like lockpick or something. I bet you could lockpick those doors, man. And it's not that incredibly difficult to lockpick most locks. I bet you the locks aren't like super heavy duty or anything. Given the look of the facility, looks like a fucking like metal shack. You won 1,500 and now you have? I don't... What?
To a lawyer for Ridgeland Farms, the activists broke into the facility by cutting a fence,
2 crowbars.
then attempted to
My
enter
God,
several
you
buildings.
guys! You still couldn't open that door? All the fucking tools that you had a saw!
Using sledgehammers,
Jesus.
electric saws, and crowbars. Right now, a total of 8 people have been arrested per Dane County jail records. An attorney...
They needed like an actual thief with them. They needed to roll with a thief. They had like too many fucking mages. They had no thieves and no tanks.
Representing Ridgeland Farms provided the following statement, saying in part, quote, Ridgeland Farms would like to thank local authorities for their rapid response, which resulted in multiple arrests and the protection of
see, you would
animals.
never, ever.
It's critically important that they are held to
The police would never
discourage
respond that
similar
quickly
actions
for
also
any
proposed
other
by these
animal
same
issue.
activists targeting.
Let's see. Cutting the fences and gates. Building. Take some ales from the building. 22 dogs were quote-unquote rescued. No, they were... I hate that... I don't usually am for stealing animals, but no, they definitely were fucking rescued. And I don't like how they use it, like, stuff like this, when you put quotes around something like that, definitely gives the implication that they were not rescued. And I hate that journalists kind of, like, play a narrative like that. I feel like they should be a lot more neutral on these things. Yeah, Ridgeland Farms has agreed to close its beagle breeding facility, but I have heard multiple sources now say close a beagle breeding facility, not all of them. And they're also going to be able to keep some dogs for research purposes. Let's see. White Coat Waste just obtained a never-before-seen photo of ongoing... Oh, okay. So I think... this is like a part... because I keep seeing shit about vivisection. So vivisection is when you perform a surgery on something while it is still alive. It's like, it's a dissection on something while it's alive. So you're doing a dissection and the animal in this case is still going to be alive. And that is the difference between a dissection and a vivisection. So let's see. And buys the beagles from Ridgeland Farms. So Ridgeland Farms is apparently a big producer in these beagles. The experimenters glue capsules full of hundreds of ticks onto the puppy's skin. The actual photo from the lab below. Records show one of the beagles from Ridgeland Farms suffered possible anaphylaxis. Which is basically going to be like an allergic reaction in reaction to an experimental vaccine. The plans to abuse over 400 beagles in these tick experiments and completely withhold pain relief for many of them. Let's see. It said funding for dog labs that predates her, and the whatever said the new policy can't have beagles that are tortured. They lied. Under RFK, 4 different NIH grants are still funding this Mizzo Beagle Lab, worth a total of 13 million. Holy shit. That's a lot of fucking money. I wish I have 9 great balls. Oh my god. Well, I don't even know what a Mac ball is. Well, let's see. What is this? Successful feeding for 7 days on host. Oh, wow. That's actually disgusting. Okay, so what they do here is that they are shaving a portion of the animal, and they're literally taping these ticks. There's a mesh, and the ticks are underneath the mesh, and they're free to like kind of move around. And the mesh is there so that they can obviously breathe. Hi, Joe Mama. Yo, Joe Mama. We are talking about probably stuff you don't want to see first thing in the morning. We're talking about the beagles that are being like tested on by Fauci and shit. So these guys, they literally taped ticks onto them, it looks like. With the idea that the ticks are gonna like latch and feed, and the dog can't like itch at it or bite at it because it is being protected by that mesh. So that's a brand new horror. Dog sperm factory. No, that's the breeding facility. We're now at the research facility. I remember, what was it, last year with the Fauci experiment with the sandflies, right? Did you hear about that? Basically, it's beagles again, of course. I think they put the dogs like out in the heat as well, but they gave them a drug, probably ketamine, that made them unable to move, but still able to feel. Ketamine will, if you dose it correctly, you won't be able to move, but it is not a drug that helps with pain at all. And they put like mesh bags, I think, around their head, or obviously something that they can breathe through, and had a bunch of biting flies, like biting sand flies, I think. And for whatever reason, it had to be around the animals' heads, and they were basically allowed to bite the dogs. And it was to test the efficacy of some sort of insect repellent. But the issue came into where, first off, if you're using live animals, at least in America, we have strict rules on when you can actually use live animals for any experiment. You have to basically write in a thesis and show that you have tried all other possibilities without using live animals, that you've exhausted all of your other possibilities, and then explain why you need live animals to complete this experiment, or to carry out this experiment. Not gonna lie, I understand 50% of animal news, and I don't know what happened in the other 50%. Well, it might also be like super late for you. Like, I don't know about you, but like, I mean, I started this stream at like 9 a.m. and I'm only just starting to wake up. I don't know how I would do this if I was like doing it at like 1 a.m. I also, if you're English second language, I'm also using a lot of not very English second language words either. And I'm not very good at making words user-friendly. Basically, we're talking about research animals and how they are used. And a lot of this is also... Oh, well, yeah. That's impressive that you know 3 languages, though. A lot of this also is very America-centered. Mongolia, German, and English. I know someone who speaks German. Granted, they're from Germany, so that would make sense. But that's quite because all of those are fairly different too. It's not like, you know, you're learning, you know, all of the like romance languages or something. But yeah, Fauci did that experiment. People were pissed about it when they found out because there was no reason, to cut funding for Fauci's Beagle Labs. There's no reason for the Beagles to. Well, first off, Fauci didn't even bother trying to see if he could use non-live, you know, like non-live animals to conduct the experiment. But also, he did the experiments not in the US. So he could do some real fucked up shit. There was, from what I understood, like even if you did have to use live beagles, there was no reason at all that you couldn't use pain medication for them to at least numb them to it. Now, honestly, using the ketamine, I thought would have been an issue because the ketamine could lower the heart rate and lower the temperature and thus make the sandflies, maybe, I don't know how sandflies work, but I know a lot of bugs won't attack an animal if the animal is losing body temperature. But they forego that and instead decided to make the beagles feel all of the pain. Why is your mic sounds doubled? I actually know exactly why. So I have a really ghetto setup. Like Burger King's double chicken burger. I have a really ghetto setup, right? So I'm just working on a laptop. And the laptop is hooked up to like a deck so that I can hook that up to 2 monitors so that I don't just have the laptop screen. So I was running out of USB ports. So I have a microphone, but I had to obviously hook that up to the laptop, but I didn't have another one for my headset. So you are basically hearing both my microphone and my microphone again as it is through my headset because I have the desktop audio on. So I can lower the desktop audio. That actually might work. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, so basically it's because I have my headset plugged into my microphone. So you're both hearing my microphone and then whatever is going through my headset, which is also my microphone. And I can't take my microphone off because obviously you won't hear anything. And I just tried taking off the audio and you didn't hear anything either. But I don't think I can without your fucking building a PC that has more USB ports. Or a headphone jack. That's the other thing. My laptop's headphone jack is fucked. Like, if you saw the way I'm running this setup, you would probably faint. Like, this is a fire hazard ready to happen. I think I need to shut my mouth. Just watch. I talk too much. I almost make this stream just talking type shit. No, I mean, this is a talking stream. I was honestly thinking that too, because like it's not even 10. I'm already halfway through all this shit that we're gonna talk about, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna go through this shit too fast. I mean, it's just a animal news stream, and the animal news this time I think I said it in the beginning, like, I was scraping the bottom of the barrel. I mean, we're talking about Fauci's beagles, which was something that happened like a year or two ago. I mean, yeah, it's animal news. It can still be animal news and, like, talking. It is on Just Chatting. So I guess this is what's going to happen to the Ridgeland Beagles, or at least some of them. And Fauci-funded experiments are not good experiments, in my experience. Not that I've experienced his experiments. But... So, yeah, I do feel really bad for those beagles. Some of those beagles were already brought back to the facility. So that sucks. Hopefully, I still think the biting fly might have been worse. I don't know. This is pretty bad, too, though. I don't know if you've ever had a tick on you before, but it really hurts. And then when you take it off, it actually hurts more. Which I was, surprised about. And I don't know what I don't know why they're doing this with the ticks. I'm assuming they are testing like some sort of tick repellent or tick medication. But who the fuck knows? Alright, new evidence emerges. Photos reveal where 13 animals were rescued in Omaha, Nebraska. Released on his own... That's how a judge handled the case involving Apollo, a 10-year-old Chihuahua, and 13 animals saved from the same home. Freddie Garcia now faces 3 felony counts as investigations point to video evidence allegedly showing multiple dogs being abused. Oh god, are we gonna see fucking dogs being abused in this video? Authorities describe this as a major rescue operation involving dogs, cats, guinea pigs, a bearded dragon, and fish. You don't normally see bearded dragons. I'm kind of scared to look at that. Let's see. Let's see these photos. Choke, kicked, and punched. Video showing graphic abuse of multiple dogs. Multiple animals seized. 3 guinea pigs. Not gonna lie. I'm surprised he has multiple guinea pigs. I mean, not that it's a bad thing. Guinea pigs are actually very social. Bearded dragon and fish. Yeah, I know. Is he... Well, if he is getting charged for the dogs, in America, if you get charged for animal cruelty, a lot of times they will tell you you just can't have pets. So he's probably not actually abusing the bearded dragon and the fish. He might be neglecting them, which you could argue is the same thing. But even if he's not abusing or neglecting the other animals, they all get taken away because of the charge for abusing the dog or dogs.
Well, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office says they've made an arrest in an animal torture case, and we have to give you this warning. The details are disturbing.
Investigators arrested Freddie Garcia Jr. on 3 counts. Office says late last month, the Humane Society got a complaint from someone. They were concerned for the well-being of dogs in the area of 21st
kicking, punching, and choking.
The
Yeah, I see the
Office says
choking.
the complaint included several videos showing a man kicking, punching, and choking at least 3 different dogs. We're told one of the dogs was brought to the Humane Society dead in late January. Investigators identified Garcia Jr. after going through the footage.
Yeah, that's not a good look, dude. That is not a good look. Yeah, you could definitely see where he's choking that dog. I like bearded dragons, also I hate what they eat. What do they eat? They eat, like, grubs and shit, right? They eat insects and you have to buy, like, dubia roaches or whatever. What a weirdo. Yeah, I try to get into the head of some of these people. Just because, like, I worked in animal shelters for, like, so long that I feel like the way to prevent this is to try and understand what the people go through. and to, you know, head it before it happens. And I'm assuming from what I just think he has probably a low tolerance. But I don't understand the torture part. Or really like the choking actually either. Like, he's choking the dog, but you could just as easily pick that dog up. So I don't know. I dog up. So I don't know. Hey, the judge's term is up. Hopefully she does not get another term. Oh, was he just let free? Oh yeah, he was just released. I didn't realize that. He was released after this. So, did his animals get taken away? Wait a second. Yeah, to like choke a dog until it, like, I can see if you get frustrated and you fucking, you know, kick a dog. It's not okay, but I can understand that better than, you know, it's a chihuahua. Why are you like to hurt it so bad that it fucking dies? And he gets released anyway, so you're just gonna do the same shit. Like, we say that we take away the animals, right? But there is no way that we actually, like, watch these people and make sure they don't continue to get animals. We don't have any kind of registration list or anything like you do with, like, pedophiles, to see if people have abused animals and are not allowed to have animals anymore. So he could, if, you know, he goes to a rescue or something a couple years down the line, people forget his name or never heard of it to begin with, he can still adopt an animal. And he sure as shit can still buy an animal, like from somebody in the parking lot of a Home Depot or some shit. So, that sucks. I'm kind of surprised when he had 3 felony charges. And he has we have a paper trail of a dead dog from him as well now. And he still got let go. I mean, I definitely expected like a slap on the wrist, like, oh, fucking like probation for 6 months, but I didn't expect him to just be straight up released. So. I think it's the same guy.
Well, Douglas County Sheriff's Office says they've made an arrest in an animal torture case, and we have to give you this warning. The details are disturbing.
Investigators
YouTube,
arrested
so should be able to show
Freddie
it, right?
Garcia Jr. on 3 counts of intentional torture, mutilation, or beating of an animal. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says late last month, the Humane Society got a complaint from someone. They were concerned for the well-being of dogs in the area of 21st and Vinton. The Sheriff's Office says the complaint included several videos,
and they had videos
showing a man
too.
kicking, punching,
he was
and
let
choking
go
at least
after
3 different
showing
dogs.
videos.
We're told one of the dogs was brought to the Humane Society dead in late January. Investigators identified Garcia Jr. after going through the footage.
Now, First Alert 6 weather.
I mean, fuck, at the very least, make him go to anger management classes or some shit. Damn. Oh, and this is another one that I heard. I'm a little late to this one. I should have covered this last week, but I'm kind of happy that I waited this week because we got more information on it. So a fitness influencer named Michael Gurchie. I don't even know what a fuck a fitness influencer is. I guess it's just like a guy that's like fucking roided up and posts pictures of himself on Instagram or something. I guess they're the people that like show themselves lifting weights. I don't fucking know. But known online as Get After It Fitness, initially a video on his social media showed him abusing 2 dogs. So he posted this on his own social media. What a fucking brickhead. You idiot. After removing it, he posted another claiming he wanted to show the challenges with his dogs. Oh my God, this guy is so dumb. Oh my lord. I can't believe how dumb that is. He says one dog repeatedly attacks the other and insists he was protecting them. Now, another video is up, and tonight he claims he did nothing wrong. He says that he was saving a life, not being cruel. This guy's fucking retarded. I haven't even seen the video. This guy's retarded. Let's see. I think that's the initial video, right? I think these guys have a... I don't have an Instagram. Fuck. All right.
Out! Melanie, out! Melanie, out!
Oh my god.
What is your problem?
Jesus! And the dog's like running away. He's trying to get the even the other dog that he's saying he's protecting is fucking scared.
Don't
What is your fucking problem, huh?
Stop it!
What is your fucking problem? What is your fucking problem, huh? What is your problem? You wanna die? You wanna die?
Do you want to die? This video later posted saying, I'm posting this video so everybody can see what really happened in the video that somebody posted about me beating Stitch. This is the 4th time Stitch attacked Thor as a puppy. The first time he attacked Thor, he broke his jaw in half and it cost me $14,000 to fix. Doubt. I'm just gonna say doubt. $14,000... Even if he's living in California, which I'm going to say is probably one of the more expensive areas for veterinary medicine, I'm going to say that's still not fucking $14,000. Oh, it's not your stream. I just made 2 tabs of stream. Not gonna lie, I am so happy that... I'm so happy it's not my stream, because I was thinking like, man, there's no way I can fix this quickly. Like, I'm gonna have to save up money to buy a fucking rig. And like, my audio is gonna be doubled for the foreseeable future. No offense, but I'm so happy it wasn't on my side. The second time Stitch attacked, he broke his leg, which cost me another $2,000. That's much more believable. And that is much more believable for California, assuming he's in California. I love my dogs more than anything, but if the police saw Thor being attacked by Stitch, they would have shot and killed him. No, they wouldn't. They would only have shot and killed him if he was attacking another person. Sorry for worrying you. Don't worry about it, for real. You help me much more than you worry me with telling me about, like, shit's going on with my stream. Like that one time I had my bitrate up too high and Twitch was just like, nah, we're just gonna show a black screen, fuck you. Is this all? Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna show the beginning of it, I guess. So that the black dog is Thor, I guess, and the black and white one, this guy over here, is Stitch. The kids are playing with them. Stitch is just chilling on the couch. I don't see anything dubious. Thor is being very tolerant of those children. Not necessarily happy, just tolerant. The kid just slapped him. The kid is continuously slapping Thor. The fuck? The kid is really fucking slapping Thor. And right around his dick, too. Bruh. Okay, somebody growled. I heard a growl, or maybe a very loud burp. Wants to duel you. Alright, alright. Ah! Okay, you were ready for it this time. Alright, Thor gets down. He's slow wagging. His head is low. I love doing this shit. So he's a little bit, like, unsure of what's going on. Thor has his head high, very alert. So they're sniffing. Thor has his head over Stitch. Remember, Stitch is the black and white dog. It's going to be really hard to tell from here on out, though, because they're both going to look like black dogs. Thor has his head over Stitch's shoulders, and that is commonly seen as kind of a dominance thing, like not the nicest, most social thing, and that can lead to fights. So let's keep going. Okay, they're now sniffing, and now it does look like Thor goes in. The kids have already walked away. So the kids kind of knew what was going to happen before it happened, I feel like. If I lost there, I think you're cheating, getting something like Charizard. No, I've just been practicing my duels, man. I'm ripped as fuck. So, yeah, it looks like Thor is going in. It's hard to see if this is just rough playing or if it is actually fighting. Or if it's just kind of like testing the waters, like seeing, like, my dog will do this. He doesn't want to go in for a full-blown attack, but he's kind of a dickhead, and he wants to be like, look, I'm the alpha here. Or not necessarily I'm the alpha, but he's just like, look, I'm fucking in charge. It's really hard to see what's going on. I don't think Thor is having fun. If they are playing, I don't think Thor is having much fun.
Let go now. Yeah.
So, I will say, whatever Thor is doing, I don't necessarily... not Thor, I'm sorry. Whatever the smaller black and white dog is doing. Yeah, he just punched him. That video needs caption like, new trauma unlocked. No, it's bad. It's fucking bad. That video is awful. He was punching he threw the fucking dog. The worst part is I don't necessarily think the black and white dog was necessarily being aggressive. Yeah.
Let go now. Yeah.
This is all of his, I don't abuse women or dogs. I cannot read this. I still cannot read this. Does he have, I can't fucking read any of this. If he was also charged for a fucking wife beating, that would just be the cherry on top, wouldn't it? Is like every fucking musclehead a fucking wife beater? He claims he was protecting his other dog, Thor, from a violent attack. The first part was him protecting his dog. After that, it was just him being abusive. Past incidents involving these animals reportedly cost over $16,000. He maintains that his actions are necessary intervention. No, the first part was necessary. After that, it was not. I don't want to watch it again. I don't want to watch it on Instagram. I think it's the same shit, though. Yeah, they're not going to let me watch it again. Fuck. In 3 separate Instagram posts, one post with the dog, he pushed back on the claims that he was abusing Stitch.
Look how cute he is. You know he's biting your face like that.
So if you already knew though that these dogs don't get along, first off, why are they in the same room together? And second, why are they in the same room together with your 2 young children? If you already knew these 2 dogs didn't get along so much that you would beat one dog over it. That kid is really fucking hitting that dog. Do you hear that fucking slaps? Holy shit, that's loud. That's when this other dog comes to investigate. He comes in with the head very low.
Let go now.
One thing that I am very, like, I wish I had a better view of this, because I have absolutely seen dogs play where they grab scruff, where they grab loose skin. I don't think it's a good way to play, and I think that kind of play should be not tolerated by people. Like, we should try to make sure that our dogs don't play like that, because when they do that shit, they can injure other dogs, but also it's just not nice. It's just like some dogs will hump other dogs in a form of playing. They can do that, besides like reproduction and, you know, they can just do it as a form of play, but we still don't want them to do that just because most dogs don't like that. And the same thing with this, with grabbing the skin. My fucking dog will do that. He will grab loose skin because he's an asshole. And he will, like, he's a cattle dog. So he likes to grab the loose skin to try and he's literally a dickhead. He'll grab loose skin to try to basically get the other dog agitated and try to get the other dog to run so he can chase him. Because he's a dick. Or either chase him or run away so he can chase the dog, whatever. So I am wondering I guess they said that this dog has done damage to the other dog, but they said it's a puppy, which I can definitely understand if this dog is rough playing like that. Because I feel like if that dog really wanted to attack the black dog, I feel like, especially with where he got him, there would be more blood around. I think there would be puncture wounds. Because he got a good hold of him there. Or he could have potentially got a good hold of him. I'm just kind of wondering the validity of the dogs really fighting. Oh, charged with illegal possession of a weapon. Ooh, that's not good. But yeah, like, if he was protecting his dog, you didn't have to go back and beat the shit out of it. That first initial part where he grabbed the dog, that was fine. But then you went back and, like, just beat the absolute shit out of your dog. And that's not teaching it anything. You're not protecting your other dog anymore. So I don't know what the fuck you're doing. And the fact that you already knew that this shit was gonna happen and you leave your kids alone with them. It kind of makes me, when people do this, it kind of makes me wonder if they don't want their kids anymore and they just kind of hope something happens. Like, I hate to be that way, but I have seen and heard way too many similar instances where people are like, oh yeah, I know the dog's aggressive. That's why I locked it in the room with my 3-year-old. Like, really? You know, adoption is a thing. You might even make money off of it, but... Oh, here's more video. Yet another video surfaces. Let's see. The police previously confirmed animal cruelty investigation is underway. He has always denied the abuse, saying the video was edited and that he was breaking up a fight between the dogs, and that also his ex had posted videos in retaliation. Oh, yeah, sure. At this point on Sunday, is in charge. Let's see.
And it's awful that a human could do that to an animal. And I am severely, severely sorry, and I have no excuses. And still to this day, I regret it, and I have regretted it for a very long time.
Is this a guy posting an apology video?
It is awful, and it's awful that a human could do that to an animal. And I am severely, severely sorry, and I have no excuses. But breaking this...
Is he sitting here saying that he can't believe anyone can do that to an animal, but it's about himself? What? Am I fucking understanding this correctly?
Sunday night, another disturbing video we have gotten our hands on and verified, and it involves
I'm so
jerky.
confused.
Trigger warning, take a look.
Is this the same one? No, this is a different one. All right, both the dogs are chilling. Why?
Do these? Huh?
Oh.
What'd you do? Stop chewing shit. Are you done chewing? Huh? Bad. No chewing. No.
Oh God, what the fuck?
Fucking retard. Here's your toys. Toys.
Calling him a fucking retard, I do that all the time with my dog. Why the why do you think you're slapping your dog with your shoe? First off, it's not gonna fucking understand. It doesn't know what the fuck you're saying. Also, if you're gonna be doing that with your dog, if anything, it's gonna probably be teaching it that it is a toy. You're sitting here flapping your shoe in front of the dog. If you don't want your shoes to be chewed up by your dog, because it sounds like this is another thing you knew was gonna happen, put your fucking shoes away. You're not a child. What the fuck is he? Dogs made for chewing. What the fuck is he talking about? Yeah, like...
You chew these. You chew these. You fucking idiot. Jesus, fuck. Oh, you asshole.
But also remember, he could have gone an entire lifetime without posting these videos online. These videos didn't have to go online. For whatever reason, he decided that people needed to see this. Yeah, it's because it's bad training. Yeah, they're just... Like, my dog's not well trained. Actually, he is, but I didn't train him. I can't take any fucking credit for that. My foster dog isn't well trained, so you know what I do? I don't leave shit in his room. I don't leave pillows in there because I know he's gonna fucking rip the shit out of the pillows. I don't have a trash can in there because I know he's gonna go through the trash. It's just like common fucking sense. If you know your dog's gonna do this shit, I mean, you've got a baby gate and you have a big ass room for him. If you can't handle them being in this big ass room, put them in a bathroom instead. Or how about this? You probably have 2 bathrooms. Put each dog in its own bathroom. That way you don't... Also, they leave the 2 dogs alone together all the time. So apparently the whole thing about the dogs attacking each other must not be that bad. Because if the black and white dog does just attack the black dog to the point of like destroying its jaw and breaking its leg, that black dog should be dead by now. I think from the information that I have, granted it's incomplete, I think the black and white dog is probably getting into scuffles with the black dog. I don't think he's out to kill. I think it's just scuffles and or playing incredibly rough. Pokey Karch. You just misspelled catch, that's all. If I was a dog and my owner was like that, yeah, I'll shit in his shoe and chew everything expensive. And that's Thor. That's the dog that he's protecting that he's doing this with. Oh my god. Yeah, he definitely has anger issues.
Of course, Berkey coming into the house. He sees the 2 dogs there, Stitch and Thor, not doing anything at all, except maybe they chewed on his slippers. And what did he call them?
Who cares?
Was he saying? Trigger warning here, of course. How can we forget that first video? The one that was supposedly from a year and a half ago.
I'm sorry, I don't care what you call your dog because you're not going to know what the fuck it means.
You cannot get that video out of your minds. The way that he treated Stitch and Thor, and then he was talking about one dog attacking the other.
This has got to be roid rage. There's no... It's got to be roid rage. The amount of anger this guy has.
And then you have the dogs together like that. But in the video before that he posted, not the ex-girlfriend, you see the children engaging with the animals.
Yeah.
I'm no dog trainer, but I can tell you one thing. Those children needed to be supervised and taught, especially in the situation that we saw unfold with those dogs. He's apologizing for something that my mom would say, you cannot put the toothpaste back in the tube once it's out. I'm all about forgiveness, but when it comes to actions towards an animal...
I don't think he is all about forgiveness, to be honest. He's pretty rough on these people. Hey, you caught Raticate. My favorite Pokemon is Rattata. Fucking weird son of a bee. I honestly, if he's a fitness influencer, I'd bet dollars to donuts that he's fucking on steroids, and that might be making him angrier.
And the
void rage, as we call it.
That was displayed there. No, I do not forgive people at all.
And I do agree that those kids need to be taught how to fucking handle dogs. That one kid was slapping that dog. She was slapping that dog so hard, we could hear it very well through the camera. Like, that should not... And I can get, like, kids, you know, petting hard and kind of, like, bopping animals a little bit, right? But that kid was, like, really fucking slapping the shit out of that dog with her arm. And then, like, too, how much of that is them fucking watching their dad be a fucking dick, you know?
And at last check, those dogs are still with him. Animals should never... Dogs should
there was no reason for him to fucking pick the dog up and then slam it on the ground like he's in fucking WWF.
Dogs are not a person's personal punching bag. The Glastonbury, Connecticut police at last check, after we aired the video and several other people did, they are investigating. At least that's what they say. We're going to be following up. Those
that's another thing. Justice. If people like him didn't throw such a stink about those videos being put up, the police wouldn't do shit. Yeah, I can hear camera stream my phone speaker. Yeah. It's loud how those kids were treating the dog. And I don't blame the kids. They just don't know any better.
Justice for Thor and Stitch.
I want to know from all of you, if you were in my shoes and you were in this situation,
oh boy,
how would you react?
I would have fucking gotten the dogs away from each other, just like he did. That was fine. And then I would have separated them from there on out. Probably from the first fucking time this happened. You retard.
How would you feel if this popped up out of nowhere?
It didn't pop up out of nowhere. You said there were 2 other times. You dumb fucking meathead. Oh my god.
And you had to deal with this. What would you do if you were in my shoes?
I'm getting roid rage from watching this guy. Now that pissed me off, just like how stupid he is. Holy shit. Nearly almost biting. Can't quite read that. I don't know why. I think something about Twitter algorithm, I always see shit posted, like media posted in 3s. So I think this guy has realized that when you post media in 3s, it probably gets viewed more. So I think he just took random, screenshots. It's great rage bait. I know. My throat actually hurts from yelling. I'm very excited to see how this turns out because I think they said he has something like 80,000 subscribers, but he's not so big that he can't be taken down. And it also sounds like he has had previous convictions of abusing women or something, or at least they alleged to that. They showed like a bunch of different police reports, but I couldn't read them. Even when I scrolled in deeper, it just, like, the fucking letters got fuzzy. So I couldn't see what the fuck it was about. So that'd be interesting. We'll see how that plays out. He says something about his ex posting videos. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if she posted this video or... And then he... I think, because... I think the original video that was posted was literally just him, like, fucking picking up the dog and throwing it down, I think. And maybe that's what he's talking about. Because that's a video that I've seen a lot. And it took me a while to get the video of what was happening beforehand. I am very confused about the dog's initial reaction in the first fight. Like, what was really going on there. But usually if, like, the dog is showing confusing... traits, like confusing signals, they're probably confused as well. As, they're not perfect creatures too. They can be confused about what they want to do. Oh, but I do think there would have... there's no justifying what he did. Like, at all. Although I couldn't give a shit that he called his dog a retard. I don't give a fuck about that. I call my dog retarded all. They don't know what the hell you're saying. But like just being aggressive around them though, that's also kind of fucked up. Like slamming shit and yelling, like you shouldn't do that. And then also if that's how he treats his dog, I don't want to put anything out there. But I mean, I lived in a household where like, you know, it's not nice when people are like so angry that you can like feel the anger. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not a good situation to be in. So last week we talked about the Iditarod. I don't know if you remember that, but we're looking at like all the dogs that died in the Iditarod, which is a sled dog race in Alaska. We already have, it's been about 1 week, actually it's been exactly 1 week since I covered it, and I think it's been 8 or 9 days since they started, and we already have 1 death, so that's not great. Charlie dies outside of Elim. Let's see, a dog in the Iditarod Trail sled died outside the village checkpoint of Elim, according to a statement Tuesday from race officials. Is a 4-year-old Charlie, a 4-year-old veteran musher. Charlie, a 4-year-old on veteran musher Mill Porcelad's team. Okay, there we go. I had to read the whole fucking thing. First dog to die so far. He was about 850 miles into the 1,000-mile race to Nome. So let's see. The dogs had to undergo veterinary checks and evaluations before the race starts, including blood tests and ECG. So basically, they are looking at their blood, probably making sure that everything is good there. They don't have any kind of infection, any kind of deficiency, shit like that. And the ECG is checking their heart because remember, they're going to be running for a long time. Their heart needs to be in tip-top shape. To check for, oh yeah, I should just continue reading, huh? To check for heart abnormalities. Oh, and I guess the blood test can check for that too. Charlie passed all of those. Charlie has been flown to some place where a necropsy will be conducted. It was Charlie's first season with the team. Okay, so it was the dog's first time racing. They said Charlie's superpower was the dog's adamant, over-the-top attitude and drive. Already, like, I get a little bit worried about how they say the dog had an over-the-top drive, because drive is basically meaning, like, how far you're willing to go even after you're exhausted. At least for a sled dog. Race rules say that if a dog dies, a musher must voluntarily drop out of the race or will be withdrawn unless the dog died due to an unpreventable hazard, like a run-in with a moose. Does that happen often? What the fuck? The rule is under consideration. Okay. So basically, they're considering not making that a rule. In a separate statement, officials announced that Porsche had scratched from the race in Elam. A 4-year-old dog died on the trail, whatever. Yeah. Okay.
This is Josiah Pike with Alaska's News Source bringing you an Iditarod update. We've learned that a 4-year-old female dog on Millie Porcelad's race team has died. This is coming to us from Iditarod officials.
He is so green.
The dog Charlie
you can
was
see
en
him
route along with the
reading
rest of the team to the Elim checkpoint. Charlie had passed all pre-race evaluations and testing conducted by licensed veterinarians. Now, Charlie's body has been flown to Unalakleet, where a necropsy will be conducted by a veterinary pathologist to determine the exact cause of death. Now, in terms
I wonder if that's because could their saliva literally be freezing? Because it's just their mouth. It's just like
standing
under
in the race.
their
Iditarod rules state if a dog dies during the race, it results in an immediate voluntary scratch or withdrawal from the race for the musher. That's what we've heard so far. We haven't heard any official word on that from the Iditarod officials on what exactly is going on there, but that's what we have seen in the Iditarod
I'm sorry.
rules.
Why is that guy pulling 2 people? You don't need 2 people for this race. That's a lot of fucking weight. Get rid of Grandma there.
In terms of what should happen if a dog dies during
Grandma
the race.
walks.
So once again, to repeat the basic information here, Charlie, a 4-year-old female dog on Millie Porcelad's race team, has died, according to the Iditarod. Officials with the Iditarod say that they were on their way to the Elim checkpoint at the time that this happened. Any sort of cause of death has not yet been determined.
Yeah.
That's the information we have now, but we'll keep you up.
I thought I read something about how she already scratched 2 dogs from her team. I thought I read something like that. In which case, if that is true, I'm not seeing it anymore. But if she did scratch dogs prior to this, meaning that basically she took a couple dogs out of her sled team because they, for whatever reason, they weren't doing well, that would mean that the rest of the team was picking up that slack, and that might have caused some overexhaustion there. I'll be really, I don't want to say excited, I'm really interested to see what happened here. This is the lady's fucking 7th Iditarod, so she's not a beginner. You wouldn't think she would be pushing her dogs too hard, but that dog was a 4-year-old, and it was the first time on a race like this on the Iditarod, which is also, I don't want to say concerning, but it's a little confusing. Because I feel like they usually do their first race earlier than that, like 2 years. But I feel like kind of like 4 or 5 years, we're getting to the point where they're getting too old. And I'm kind of wondering if maybe she didn't have, I don't want to say enough dogs, but maybe she's kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here to make up her sled team or something. This is her 7th Iditarod. So she's been doing this for a while. Maybe she's kind of, you know, not as deep into this sled dog racing as maybe she was when she was younger. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm going to say it's a good chance the vets are going to be like, oh, we don't know what happened, you know. And there's also another thing I was thinking of when I was reading this is the dogs that do get scratched from the race and, you know, don't finish the race but don't die. Like, how many of those dogs die later? You know? I was just thinking about that because you get disqualified if a dog dies. So if you start to see a dog like showing symptoms of dying, how many people are scratching that dog and then it just dies later and it's never like reported? Whenever you bring money into, like, I'm not against the sled dog racing, and I think a lot of the dogs really love that shit too. Like, they look so happy. But once you start putting money into it, and then you start gambling on it, because a lot of people gamble on these things, that, I feel like that's when animal welfare starts to go down a lot. And I wish it wasn't that way, because this would be it's such an iconic race, you know, and it's such a, like, feat to finish this. But now we have so much money involved that I feel like we're just pushing the dogs too much so that the people can get the money at the end of it. And I really hate PETA. I hate PETA so much that when I see PETA on something, this is like, oh, what is it? People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Whenever I see PETA on something, it's almost like I start to discredit it immediately. Even if they're right. Like, they could be saying something like, you know, fucking hanging dogs is bad. And then I see PETA, like a little PETA logo on the side, and I'm like, no way! Hanging dogs must be good then, if PETA doesn't like it. But I will say they do sometimes get good footage. You have to be skeptical of the footage, definitely, but I think it's going to be really hard to remake this sort of footage. I do think this is, like, actually stuff from the Iditarod, or at least sled dog racing. Like, carrying the dogs like that, there's no reason for that. Get a fucking slip lead. A lot of them have collars and leashes. Putting them in tiny boxes, I could care less about that. That's transport. You don't want them that's a little fucked up, having a giant wound there right before the race. It does look like it is an older wound because it's not actively dripping. But you should definitely not start a fucking... how long is it? 1,000-mile race with a dog that's already injured. Yeah, same. Yeah, PETA, I feel like it does more harm than good for animal welfare, because people see PETA, like, back something, and it's almost like they will do it just to spite PETA. But I could care less about the dogs being transported in small cages, because they should be transported in a, smaller cage. Well, that dog. Because if they're in a big-ass area, God forbid something happened, they get into a crash, that dog's gonna be flopping all over the place. So yeah, you kind of want them confined a little bit, you know? A little nose, a little nosing. Dogs don't get the same legal protections as those. Do they not get the same legal protection? I want citations on that. Oh, well, I guess they're allowed to sleep outside, right? And I don't think, I think when it hits a certain, like, yeah, they need shelter. In America, even if you have an outdoor-only dog, your outdoor-only dog needs to have a form of shelter. And that shelter has to protect from, like, the precipitation, like snow and rain. And I believe it has to be, like, there has to be a ground to it. Like, it can't just be, like a lean-to or something. I think there has to be a flooring to it as well. So yeah, okay, I can see that. And I also don't get why they're like, look, they had this leash. You just grabbed them by the fucking leash. I don't know why I gotta choke them. They're about to be pulling for like 1,000 miles. The last thing you want to do is damage their trachea, you idiots. And it's, like I said, I'm not against the Iditarod. And I'm not against sled dog racing. It's just, obviously, there's going to be some people abusing it. And it's going to be more likely that people are going to abuse it when we have more money involved. It just fucking sucks. Like, we should be at the point where we don't have dogs dying this early. We've got so much fucking technology. We can put booties on them. We got little coats on them. And even for, like, hiking and shit, we have so much, like, we've min-maxed weight for, like, hiking and camping. So you should be able to get, like, a really lightweight, just, like, camping gear for them, right? Like a little, I wouldn't put out any kind of tent or anything, because that would probably be blown the fuck away. But, medical supplies, fucking, ways to carry water and food and shit. They should be carrying straw or something for the dogs to, like, nest in when it's really cold. And if that's something that most racers can't do, then I think we should probably have somebody going out in a truck or some shit, or have their own sled dog team that just goes between checkpoints instead of doing the whole race, and fucking be giving out straw and shit or whatever materials they need. I know it's kind of against the spirit of the race, but if it's for the welfare of the dogs, we should be having somebody going out there and being like, okay, fucking, like, who's this bitch? Millie, she last checked in at this checkpoint, like, yesterday. So let's go from this checkpoint and go try to find her before nightfall and give her, you know, food and hay and whatever, you know. I don't feel like that would be too hard to do, especially with how much money this shit drums up now. Now for some slightly more fun stuff. I saw something that wasn't completely depressing in the news. During a 2019-20 and 2025, 71% of wolf pups died before reaching their first birthday. Per new research, in 1 year, 93 pups died, which is the highest annual rate of wolf pup mortality that has been documented. The primary cause of death for pups is starvation, or rather, the inability of adult wolves to acquire sufficient food to provision themselves and their pups during the lean summer months, which inevitably leads to pups starving to death. But despite the high level of pup mortality, the wolf population is remaining stable, which I was very surprised about. I was like, oh, good, another fucking depressing, wildlife news. Even though there were sizable annual I know how to pronounce that, but I'm just not gonna. I refuse. What is particularly interesting is that the years with the highest and lowest rates of pup mortality occurred consecutively, so next to each other. In 2020 and 2021, a mere 7% of pups survived. That's weird, because that's right in the middle of COVID, huh? That's like right in the midst of it. However, the following year, 50% of pups survived. Huh. Okay. It is a decrease in prey abundance can lead to increased pup mortality, which, makes sense because there's less food to go around, which can lead to decreased wolf populations, all of which allows wolf populations to generally remain at levels consistent with prey populations. So the low survival rates documented are almost certainly not unique to our area, but rather fairly common across most ecosystems where wolves rely on deer and other small-bodied hooved animals. The average pack size in ecosystems where wolves hunt deer is 4 to 4.5 wolves pack in winter. So that means that generally you're going to have 4 to 5, right? 2 of those wolves are the breeding pair, which is going to be the parents. Meaning that the average pack has 2 to 2.5 non-breeding wolves in winter, meaning at most the average pack rears 2 to 2.5 pups to adulthood. Because remember, in wolf packs, the quote-unquote dominant pair is the mom and dad. They're not necessarily, the whole dominance thing with wolves it's a whole other thing to get into. But wolf packs are primarily made up of the parents and the offspring. The average pack has some non-breeding members that are not pups, meaning that the average pack ecosystem rely on deer rear less than 2 and 2.5 pups to adulthood. So in their area in particular, a pack only rears 1.3 pups to adulthood on average. So that means mostly only 1 pup is actually, I'm not going to show that. Only 1 pup is actually getting raised, and occasionally 2. Occasionally. Or I guess like very rarely 3. Pups are born in spring, and the average litter size of wolves is 5 to 6 pups a litter. So how do you get from 5 to 6 pups born in spring to the average pack rearing 2 to 2.5 pups each year? Most pups inevitably have to die. Put differently, if packs successfully rear less than 2 to 2.5 pups, then the survival rates are undoubtedly under 50% and likely much closer to around like 30-ish%. So basically all that to say, most pups die before their first birthday, which we pretty much figured out, right? As if they have fucking 5 pups and a pack is usually only rearing like 1 into adulthood. But I'm also they explained how they die from fucking starvation. I am very surprised though that the wolf population is actually remaining steady from this. The fucked up thing is though is we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pups here. And you do the math. 3 of these are not gonna make it. Which is good. It is now kind of sad. But the good thing is that the populations are remaining stable despite all this. So this is just like, I guess, normal, I guess. Or I guess somewhat normal. I think stable populations in today's standards is still a lot less than normal. Or at least what it would have been historically. But Mexico reports a 64% rise in overwintering monarch butterfly habitats this season, with the forest coverage expanding to about 7 acres from around 4 acres last year. That is a huge increase.
Thanks to the people working on...
Look at all those butterflies. It's fucking insane.
Entonces, hoy estamos
oh no, I can't understand this.
Today, we are celebrating that the 2025 to 2026 monarch season covered 7.24 acres.
What a good
64% increase from last season. Thanks to the people working on the field.
What did the people in the field
do? México durante muchos años ha respondido a esa
Mexico has responded to international requests for years. And now the Secretary's statement clearly highlights U.S. responsibility, especially in the Midwest farming belt, where herbicides like glyphosate are used.
Wait, so you're blaming it on the U.S.?
But this has clearly disrupted the monarchs.
You're blaming the decline on the U.S., but the butterflies are doing good.
Migration.
How is it still our fault?
Muy importante.
What?
Es evidente que ha causado problemas para el traslado, para el
But the butterfly fucking population's doing good. How is it still our fault? What the fuck? They previously logged much of the forest where they overwintered, decreasing the forest from 50 acres to 4.4 acres. Oh, and now the truth comes out. You fucks trying to blame it on our... Like, I'm sure our pesticide use, yeah, isn't that great, but are we really going to sit here and pretend that Mexico isn't using pesticide? Like, at all? And now to see that they fucking decreased the forest from 50 acres to 4.4, which fucking explains that number right there. And now that it's protected in the U.S., Trump has issued an executive order to ramp up glyphosate usage and to conduct massive clear cuts of our forests. But they don't overwinter in the U.S. They overwinter in Mexico. And that's what they're talking about, is they're overwintering. The whole point is that, like, they come up north in the summer and then it gets too cold up here, so they go down south. So the forest where they overwinter is going to be mostly in Mexico. How is that our responsibility? I don't know who the fuck Lipard is, but I would try to catch everything. I don't know what Lipard is. Let me see. Let me Google it quick. You're not gonna get an answer very quickly. I'm just putting that out there. Oh, Lipard's kind of cute. It's like a fucking leopard cat. It looks like a savanna cat. Oh, that's pretty cute. You didn't catch your fucking savanna cat. Yeah, no, he's pretty cute. What the fuck? I mean, maybe not the most imaginative Pokemon, but I feel like they got like 50 cats by now. Yeah, look, the Monarch Butterfly Sanctuary in El Rosario. That's, I bet you that's in Mexico, or at least southern Texas. What? 64% rise due to banning certain pesticides. But we're talking about overwintering. They overwinter in fucking Mexico. The fucking acreage is in Mexico that they overwinter in. Ah, oh my god, I love fucking Venture Bros. The Mexican regime reported that, not Mexico, and you've got to take any information that comes from that regime with a massive pinch of salt. Oh, okay, so maybe this isn't good news. Show probable spam. Just burn it all. We got some real complete anarchists here. Alright, so now that might actually not be good news. I don't know. In next animal news, let's learn something about spiders. You want to learn about spiders? Not here to fuck spiders. Huh? Ooh, can you tell which one of these spiders is a black widow? I'm gonna say the white one. This guy over here. The world of bugs is filled with a look-alike species. A false widow spider, which resembles the infamous black widow, is just one example of how nature has evolved look-alikes that can make it tough for people to tell one bug apart from another. This is just a normal-ass house spider. Not gonna lie, spider is fucking shit. But some type of spider is so cool. Yeah, right, yeah. Because usually when you have lookalikes, the lookalikes are trying to not get fucked, right? The lookalikes actually don't have any features to kill shit or whatever. Like, they aren't the poisonous ones, they aren't the venomous ones, but they want everybody to think they are the poisonous and venomous ones. So they make their little mark very visible. So that's why I'm thinking it's the white one. Is you gonna oh, I'm gonna have to probably pay for Nat Geo. Let's see what the comments say. The one on the right with the hourglass on the abdomen, yeah. Yeah, because Nat Geo's gonna, yep. Nat Geo's gonna make me pay for it. Fuck you, Nat Geo. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at these things. These are cool as shit. He's like shaking a little butt. Shaking butt. We're getting jiggy with it. These guys would be fun to party with, man. You know, people have pet spiders too, right? And like pet tarantulas and stuff. Yeah, it's their mating dance. They're dancing to try to get some hot spider abdomen. Or whatever the fuck those things are called. That little bit there. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Some spiders suspend around. Have you ever seen banana spiders? They're pretty cool. They're I think it's the females that are like fuck huge, but they can get like the size of like a hand or something. But you can like, they have obviously giant webs, but if you disturb the web, like if you put a leaf on it or something, they will run over to the leaf and like take it off because they are neat freaks and they don't want their web to be dirty. Oh, camel spiders? Oh yeah, I've heard about them. Camel spiders scream when they feel threatened. I did not know that. What? What? Do you hear that? Oh yeah, I've seen these guys before. It's fucking insane. I seen one of them. It's just the worst nightmare. That motherfucker rushed to me. Oh, look at this one is anyone else never going to Malaysia. Look at how big that thing is. Holy hell. Or I'm assuming it's big. Maybe it's a really tiny tree and they're using like a trick of the camera. It's so fucking fast. I just almost died from a heart attack. I was once in the desert camping and I was going through some like firewood and a fucking tarantula popped out. That scared the shit out of me. Just because like spiders don't generally scare me. I grew up in a place that didn't really have dangerous spiders. So I'm not really scared of spiders, but tarantulas are completely new to me. Desert is not a joke. Yeah, it wasn't like desert. It was like, I don't know. I don't know how. I guess it's technically desert. Yeah, I guess, but it wasn't like this desert, you know. It looks empty, but under the sand, yeah. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing out here, but there's a lot of little stuff. Oh my god, that literally looks like a Xeno. That looks like a fucking alien. With how its face is, look at that fucking Christ. Why do people put fucking random ass songs to these? It's so annoying. So, oh, I get what it's doing. It's trying to mimic a scorpion to scare the shit out of you. Holy hell, what a evolutionary trait. How do guys hold on hand like that? I'm thinking these are not actually poisonous. Camel, spider, wind scorpion are neither true scorpion nor true spiders. Oh, okay. These arachnids are very fast on land with their top speed estimated to be, wow, 16 kilometers an hour. Is half as fast as the fastest human sprinter. That's crazy. I'm betting that, especially because it says exotic pet garden, I'm going to assume these things actually are not dangerous. Well, I don't think they're going to be, like, deadly. It might still be, like, poisonous and irritable. But I think with how its abdomen is like this, I think it's trying to mimic a scorpion. And from what I know of mimics, they usually actually aren't deadly. And that's why they try to mimic something that is deadly to try to scare things. Darwing's bark spiders. You mean Darwin? Maybe not. Oh, this thing. Oh my god, you know what it reminds me of? You know when you have, like, glue stuck to like your hand or something, or your fingers, and then you peel it off. This is what that looks like. That's exactly what that reminds me of. Also, this guy ruining the hard work of this spider. Probably took this spider's fucking lifetime to make. And he's destroying it in like a fucking 15-second video. Darwin Spark Spider can build a 2-meter orb web with silk that ranks as the world's toughest. I don't know too much about spiders. You.
Outstreams another 25-meter bridging line.
I don't think I've ever actually seen a spider shoot web
How
before.
a spider, no bigger than a thumbnail, can produce so much silk so quickly has baffled scientists.
That is actually
And it's no
intense.
ordinary silk. It's the toughest natural fiber on the planet, tougher than steel.
Oh my god, tougher than steel? What the
And it
fuck?
needs to be tough to span the wide river.
No, bro, being tougher than steel is
With the bridge
overkill.
taut and the ground anchor in place, it's time to construct her trap.
Oh, bro, you get stuck in literally making a steel trap.
These spiders
You'd
can
be
build the
fucked.
world's largest orb webs, up to 2 meters wide.
And it's like a small little thing. You're
A
gonna be
few
catching
hours from the
birds and that
first
shit.
spray of bridging line, the job is done.
What are you catching in there? Fucking bears? What do you say? Let's see. Golden silk orb spider. Look, they look like they're going on first round after 1 month. No. Yeah, you'd think they'd be catching birds, but that thing looks small as shit. Whoa. 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 That motherfucker flat as fuck. Talk about Flat Fuck Friday. I gotta save that. I gotta save that for Flat Fuck Friday. Alright, I gotta look up Golden Orb. Whoa, that's kind of spooky. His legs look a little bit fucked up there. See, those little... Okay, I know these aren't the fangs. These motherfuckers and their fucking, like, indie music. I know those aren't the fangs. But I'm always scared that they are. And honestly, the size of the spider is not what scares me. It's the speed of them. Like, they can be big as fuck, but as long as they're slow moving, I don't really care too much. But if they're big and fast, that's like a recipe for disaster. I guess that's something made from the orb weaver, I think. Maybe. Did this spider really weave a catch net? Eh? Oh, that's not cool. I hate it when people do that. These are too fucking... I hate it when people put animals in this situation. It's one thing if it happens naturally in the wild. Oh my lord. It's one thing if it happens naturally in the wild, but I consider it fucking a weird form of animal abuse when you're doing it like you're forcing them together like that. That's fucked up. Also, almost every spider moves really fucking fast. Not everyone. Some of them are more ambushy spiders, and I think they naturally kind of move a lot slower. And also my version of fast, I mean like lightning fast. There are not too many, like wolf spiders. I don't know if you're familiar with wolf spiders. I don't consider them fast moving. At least not most of the time. I've seen them move around and shit. I don't think they're that fast. There was this one spider, though, that I saw when camping. And it was like, by the little outhouse thing, the bathroom thing. That fucker moved fast, and he was big. I was terrified. I know they're called wolf spiders from Grounded. From Grounded, not like the game. Highly invasive. Oh, I thought this said JoJo spider. Oh my god. I have so much brain rot. Mesmerizing golden orb weave spider. Ooh, that's cool looking. Showcasing its intricate web and vibrant colors. I don't see its web, bro. I see like a strand of web here. Wow. Milk them for silk. They're milking the spiders. Where's PETA when you really need them? They are milking the spiders for gold. I think I spelled banana wrong. Yeah, I definitely spelled banana wrong. Banana's the second most dangerous spider in the world. Fuck off. No, it's not. B-A-N, yeah. No way. Are they really that fucking dangerous? What? Bro, have I been handling the second most dangerous spider in the world? I'm about to feel really retroactively retarded. Why would you eat the fucking spider? What's this? Eh? Look at the random shit we find. Those guys are cute. Take the other banana! You dropped like 4 bananas to take 2 bananas. Come on, guys. Oh my lord. Of course they can kill you. It must not. I must be thinking of something else. Okay, yeah, no. It's something different. It's something different. This is why common names for, like, once we get down to, like, smaller animals is not very helpful. Because these guys are also called banana spiders. But they're also called golden silk orb weavers. Yeah. Is this it?
It's not that big, is it?
Oh, no. Yeah. This guy.
Oh, I love these spiders. This is from the genus Nephila. There's several species of it. And this is a gorgeous and quite large female. And the jungle is full of these spiders. Ain't she gorgeous? Woo! I have a surprise.
I was thinking she's gonna put something that. That's what we would do. We would like put something in the web and watch them take it off, and just kind of fuck up their day. Is nobody gonna do that? Am I the only person that does that shit? I guess so. I guess I'm the only asshole that does this. Is that the Brazilian Wanderers? I'm sure some of the ones that we're seeing are. Let me see if I can just because there are so many species of spiders, and they're all gonna be called the same shit, right? fuck? What the fuck? Extreme sexual dimorphism. So sexual dimorphism means the differences of a species between the sexes. So that can be like in a lot of butterflies, you know, you have the males will look different than the females. You see it in birds, right? I don't know if you guys have cardinals there, but like the cardinals here, we have the males are very red and the females are like a very dull grayish color. The difference here, obviously, is the females fuck huge. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting this looking up a specific spider species. I don't know why people call so many types of spiders calling the same, like, banana spider. It's just because there's so many species of spiders. I mean, I don't know how many there are, just like insects and bugs in general, that you nobody's gonna call it a Nephelia clavipes, you know? That doesn't roll off the tongue like a banana spider. Whoa, that's cool. That's a butterfly. Holy fuck. That is fucking amazing. But I know people who, say this, do you, own spiders? Or do you, like, want to own spiders? Like a pet spider? I know a lot of people in the pet spider industry, they hate it when people call spiders by their quote-unquote common names. Banana 1, Banana 2, Banana... Because everybody will be fighting over Banana 1. We'll have wars over who is going to have their spider called the original banana spider. We've had wars over stupider shit. I'd never do that. I'm just saying, people, like, if you had an interest in spiders, I know, like, the people don't usually keep the dangerous ones. Like, jumping spiders are a common one. Jumping spiders are kind of cute. If I had a pet spider, though, never would I take it, at least this small, I never would take it out of the fucking container. I don't think I'd ever take it out of the container. What's the point? I'm only gonna lose it. And one of the most intelligent spider species. Oh, get out of here. No one's keeping fucking spiders because they're intelligent. They're keeping them because they're cool. I think there's more pet tarantulas though. Tarantula. Let's see if Hooked on Phonics helps here. Yeah. The issues with tarantulas are that, obviously you do have some that are a little bit venomous, but a lot of them will have hairs that will, like, stick to you. Now, I didn't understand what that meant until I had a cactus that was, like, its little spines wasn't, like, pokey, but it was hairy, and it would fucking stick to you and irritate. Yeah, the little dancing one, I think that, yeah, the dancing was kind of cute. That's not a spider. Oh yeah, people really like this one because of the blue color. I think there's different types of spiders are harder to keep. And I think tarantulas too are a lot slower. Or a lot of them are a lot slower. Obviously, there's so many different tarantula species that it's hard to kind of like say that they're all like this or they're all like that. Damn, that is a bright ass spider. Or tarantula. Sorry, tarantula. Why do we keep seeing the same two, though? You can buy these motherfuckers in the PetSmarts around here, which is like a chain pet store. Ooh, that one's cute. Brazilian jewel tarantula. Wow, that is really pretty. I don't like that. Whatever that is, I don't like this. Oh, it's a toy. Okay. Just imagine you're sleeping, somehow your tarantula escapes his cage and goes into your mouth. I think I would tell. I'd be able to tell if a tarantula was climbing on my face. I'm a pretty fucking light sleeper. I don't think you should be handling your tarantula like that, by the way. And like, that's kind of an aggressive posture. Yeah, that's not a happy posture. Oh, a tarantula. That's kind of cool. Little backpack. The death caterpillar. Oh, I don't know if you'd call them pets. It's probably just a symbiotic relationship, but giant tarantulas have been known to keep tiny frogs as pets to prevent insects from eating the burrowing tarantula's eggs. Rust-rumped tarantula. I will say, though, like, now that we're kind of getting past the bright-ass blue tarantula, all these tarantulas are boring as fuck. Like, this was the only cool one. Yeah, tarantulas are kind of big as pets around here. I shouldn't say big, but I don't know, bigger than probably fucking most other insects. That one's pretty. He's a little fat. No, he's not a little fast. He just spooked him. The cool thing about tarantulas is that they don't need a whole lot of space, though. They don't need a whole lot of space, and they don't need too much, like... You don't have to fuck with them, you know? They don't need interaction. I didn't want to say they don't need too much care, because some of them are very fucking finicky for, like, what their habitat needs. I think probably the hardest thing would be taking care of ones that really need a lot of humidity or ones that really need a very dry area, at least according to what your climate is like. That one's kind of pretty, I guess. I like the little lines on them. Whoa. That's a very big spider and a very small frog. I would be terrified if I was that frog. Pet tarantula is, yeah, it can be... Eat the tarantula, I don't know. I had thought about getting a pet tarantula. I ended up not, though. It's just kind of like, why get another... I try not to just fucking collect animals. I really do. I don't want to be that person that collects a bunch of animals. This is a motherfucker that, yeah, that you used to see in pet stores all the time. I think they call it the Mexican hairy leg tarantula or something. Do people know I used to have a pet tarantula? Yeah. That's probably like the most common one that you see. But if you ever have a chance to go to a reptile show, jeez, fuck Christ. If you ever have a chance to go to a reptile show, you'll usually see a lot of tarantulas there. And the cool thing though about the tarantula community, and kind of like the spider community too, they're really good about trying to keep species alive and not mixing species. Not everybody. Some people mix species. And then when you mix the species, it just becomes like not usable in any kind of conservation, because now it's like a species mixed with like, it's like a fucking Brazilian spider mixed with a spider that you see in like fucking Asia or some shit. And now you can't do anything with it. But for the most part, a lot of the people in this hobby look down on that. And I think that actually helps a lot with conservation efforts, because even if the spiders die in the wild, or they will still like be, or like the insects, whatever the fuck they're keeping, they'll still be alive in the pet trade. So like in a way, I definitely I like the hobby in that sense. But there are definitely people who keep like brown bagging in species that just don't do well in our care yet. Or they give the fucking species to somebody who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, and we have to keep poaching more because people keep killing them because they're being stupid. Yeah, that's cute. Petco is leaning on services, fresh food, and pet tarantulas. See? Because a tarantula is something, it's a fucking cheap animal that you don't have to think much about, you know, setup-wise. You get the fucking thing, you get some substrate for it, you get a tiny little, like, critter keeper or something to put it in. And the whole thing, the whole setup is probably like, you know, $50 if you're really going for it. Whereas if you get like a guinea pig, the guinea pig itself is already like $40. And then you're probably gonna need two, because they are social animals, unless you already have one that you're gonna try to integrate. And then you need a big ass cage, and then you need substrate that you're gonna have to change out like on a weekly basis. And yeah, there's a lot to go into it. So I can definitely see them benefiting off of that. Anyways, I think I should probably head off soon. Although I am really liking looking at all of these tarantulas. Even though it took me so long to get down to, besides the same fucking, like, 3 photos. Oh, that one's neat. Oh, Josh's Frogs is a big one. They're a big seller of, obviously, frogs, but also, tarantulas. And maybe some other things, I don't know. Maybe reptiles? Oh, I guess plants. Look at that, it's beautiful. You can just dig a little hole, find a worm, and feed them. I don't think they eat worms, I think they mostly, I'm sure some probably do. It'd probably be easier to, like, I don't know, fucking get ants or something. Or flies. Mosquitoes. What the fuck did I get from Josh's Frogs before I think I just got, like, a plant from them or something. Watch Josh's Frogs be part of, like, some huge controversy that I don't know of. Bro, that looks so sick. It looks like fucking the top of his body is, like, dripping with blood. Oh, the tadpoles. I used to have frogs. They all died. It was not a good experience. I got them from, like, I got a little frog habitat thing. And, like, one of those little plastic setups that you get. And so I went to PetSmart, I think, and they didn't have the setup specifically said to get red-bellied frogs or toads or whatever. And I was like, all right, bet. But when I went to the pet store, none of them had the red-bellied toads or frogs. I think they're frogs. So I had to settle with what they had, which was bullfrogs, which get fucking huge. Oh, he just peed everywhere. So I got these big-ass bullfrog tadpoles. Yeah, they all died. And what would happen was... So it's crazy, because the tadpoles are actually bigger than the frog is when it first becomes a frog. Like, as they start growing into a frog, they actually get smaller than... instead of larger. So I would have these big tadpoles and then these tinier frogs that would need oxygen to survive. And I think what was happening was that the tadpoles were actually drowning the frogs because there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of space under the water. And there were like caverns and shit under the water. So I think they were actually blocking these frogs that now needed air from getting up to the surface. So only one tadpole ended up surviving into adulthood because there were no other tadpoles to drown it when it was when it had lungs and needed air. And then me being like fucking 5 years old thought like, okay, I now have a frog, it needs more space. So I got like gravel and I got like a tiny tank and I put it in front of my windowsill, thinking that, you know, frogs need sun and they need like air and shit. I think he fucking... I don't know if he fucking dehydrated to death because there's still water in there. Or maybe it just got too hot. But there wasn't like a lid and the room was AC. But anyways, I came back and that fucker was dead. So I think I might have baked him. I feel really bad about that. When I got older, we found a toad living in basically our fucking septic tank. I was a little bit older. I think I was like fucking 12 at this time. And obviously we couldn't let the toad live in a fucking septic tank. And it was winter at the time, so we couldn't just put him outside because it's literally snowing and the ground is frozen. So I got a tank for him and I just washed him off with tap water. And I would feed him crickets and shit until it kind of got like warm enough where I started hearing peepers out and I put him outside. Now, he lived. Surprisingly, despite his awful beginnings. Yeah, bullfrogs can eat baby. Yeah, bullfrogs are rough, man. And I think that's why the fucking kit explicitly stated red-bellied frogs. Or whatever, fire-belly frogs or whatever. Because not only do they get fucking huge, but they're ruthless. I think they might also be invasive. I don't know. Anyways, I ranted way too much. Yeah, I see how they died. Yeah, you know, hindsight 2020 also helps that I'm now an adult and I have a little bit better understanding of these things as opposed to like it being a literal child. I mean, my child brain thought it made sense. Like, okay, frogs live outside, so they gotta be as close to outside as possible. Without actually being outside, because they are pets. Anyways, it was fun looking at spooters and frogs and reviewing some really depressing... oh yeah, I never finished this. Alright, what is it to remove something surgically? It's not amputate. I keep thinking excavate, which I hate because excavate is not even a surgical word. Oh my god, I know this too. I use it on like a near daily basis. E is white. There's an I in it. Fuck. I'm trying to think of declawing. There's a specific name for declawing. It would fit. It wouldn't let me do it though. I tried putting in swear words and it just said it wasn't in the dictionary. But we already know this. There's no L, G, A, or T in it. There is an I in it, and the E is in the correct place. What is it? General surgery and to remove it surgically speaking. Weasel? Does that fit? Hey, Down Bad Productions. No, fuck. Fuck. Alright, get out of my fucking backspace. This is specifically, vet med. I know this too, that's the worst part, and once I figure it out, I'm gonna be so mad. What is the other term for declawing a cat? When you're removing the third digit. Surgical. No, that's too big of a word. It's not amputate because that's too big. I swear to God, I am a vet tech. I think it's just like whenever I am put on, whenever I actually have to think about it, that's when I have a problem with it. I tried ligate just because it has been ligate like 3 times now. And I was like, oh my god, ligate fits again. Even though it's not surgical removal, it's just to cut something. The crop won't fit, even though I know that's not it either. Ugh. Oh shit, what is it? A Whimsor. What the fuck is a Whimsor? I only know, like, the first 150 Pokemon. And maybe some of the 2nd gen, actually. That's a lie. I think I know some of the 2nd gen. Oh, also, I got a new keyboard coming in. Because I'm getting really sick of dealing with my current one that has, like, sticky keys all over. I don't know why all the keys are sticky. You know, I keep saying it's not excavation, but is it extract? No, because T's are there. Excise? Wait, is it excise? Excise? Try Israel. to remove surgically, Israel. You were very close. Only like a couple words off, a couple letters off. I got my dog all upset because I clapped. I'm sorry, Choo-Choo. I'm sorry. I'll be honest, excise was not the word I was thinking of. All with the help of chat. Alright, now is there another Wordle game? That's the only vet Wordle that I know of. Oh, is it the fucking... I don't... It's on New York Times. I don't know if I can actually access New York Times. Yeah, I can't. Wait, can I? Yeah, we know how to play. Let's try Israel. Ah, fuck, it doesn't fucking fit. How about just wheels? Hey! We got a couple. Do we have any hints? No, we don't have any hints. I thought you'd get hints. What the fuck? Alright, so L is in the right place and there's an A somewhere in it. There's no E's, no S's, so that sucks. So there goes all of my words that I could just toss a fucking S at the end of. Damn. Oh, wait. We actually did find something. Okay, so it's an LY. Is it Fooly Cooly? I literally hear my dog whining to go out. Bruh, okay. So the A has to be the first one. Let's do it. Bruh, what the I probably shouldn't have fucking thrown away those two guesses. Well, fuck. Really 3 guesses. I didn't think it was gonna be reals with an S. I didn't even think that would be a word. So it's gotta be an A first. We gotta do this before my dog pisses on the floor. A-M-P-L, that might be it. Because they haven't tried a P or an M. What the fuck? Holy shit, how did you get that? How did you get that out of like 3 fucking throwaway guesses? Oh, Okay. Alright, now I gotta legit go because I hear my dog crying. His bladder must be about to fucking burst. But thanks for coming. I had fun. I enjoyed going over this and playing that silly game and everything. And I'll see y'all soon. Have a good day.